Roguelike games live and die by their gameplay. If your gameplay loop isn't well constructed, has a tough but fair learning curve, is addictive, and at the end of the day is fun, then players are not going to be coming back and repeating the same things over and over again. I am pleased to say that Hades ticks all of these boxes. If you want to be simplistic about it, then you could say that the combat is very hack and slash. It most definitely is that, but it's so much more. You have 6 weapons to choose from and to unlock. Each requires quite a bit of skill to master, and it's worth giving each a go. At one point I thought the spear was going to be the weapon I would master, and I was doing a lot of runs with it, but I swapped just on a random whim really, and found that I now have a better weapon to use. Then, to add even more to this, each weapon has 4 subclasses and these can be upgraded. It's a surprisingly deep system, and it only reveals itself after getting to a specific point in the game. And this is also part of the game's charm and great difficulty curve. When you think you hit a wall and you can't do it, and it's just getting so repetitive, if you keep going at it and push towards the next upgrade, the game tends to reveal a new layer to the gameplay, and this helps you push on. Then there are the random boons. They are abilities and upgrades essentially given to you by completing rooms. These are random and are given to you by the gods also, but you will learn which ones are useful over time and which ones combine nicely with each one and with what weapon they work best with, and it's creating a great build as you go along, which is also part of the fun of this game. Now that I've covered the combat, the basic premise of the gameplay is such. You work your way through different rooms of enemies, and once you defeat them all, you will move on to the next room. But it's not as simple as that, as there are challenges, different enemy types, bosses, and all these require different strategies and techniques to kill. Although mashing buttons does get you quite far, you'll need to do better than that to escape hell. There's also many systems in place that allow you to upgrade and get better. There's darkness that you collect that allows you to upgrade your stats, gems that allow you to buy new items for the hub, such as the challenge desk, and the challenges of the challenge desk gives you rewards and feeds you more currency to upgrade your weapons, boons and yourself. See, it all feeds into each other, and just getting one upgrade can push you to the next stage. So even if you're not doing well on a run, it's better to push through, get that currency and get these upgrades. This is why it is so addictive. The story is very simple but very awesome. You play as Zagreus, the son of Hades, as he attempts to escape from the underworld to reach Mount Olympus, at times aided by gifts bestowed upon him by other Olympians. As I've said, very simple, but there's more to it, and this is told in flashbacks that you unlock via making progress. I'm not going to go into these that much as I don't want to go into spoiler territory. It's good to discover these things for yourself, you know. What elevates the story from its simplicity is that the characters are just full of personality and are memorable. All the gods of Olympus are just great, and Cerberus is definitely a standout. Zagreus is a cool protagonist, and Hades is an awesome villain, although there's more to him than meets the eye. There's a reason that this was last year's Game of the Year for so many. It's a game that is full of character and charm. It also helps that the gameplay loop is so addictive and the gameplay has a good variety and depth to it that keeps unveiling itself as you progress. There's no real downsides to this game except that it might get a little bit repetitive, but when it feels like this, it tends to throw something new at you. So with this all being said, I am going to give Hades a just essential games.